because she can't go in the actual city. Yeah.
I do have an
All right.
idea. Not necessarily for price for shopping per se, but I have a thing that potentially. See.
Good.
I got totally distracted because I have Twitch open to watch, and for some reason the audio was still up, so I heard my own voice come back, and I was like, that needs to get muted.
Yeah. Okay. So who remembers what happened last time?
What didn't happen last time?
We talked to your special NPC. Forgive me, I'm clearing my throat. And we had asked her a bunch of information on like how to identify all these magical items that we picked up at that druid space.
We nearly died.
We knew,
except for Priya, we all got cursed.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got ourselves uncursed, and then
I was wondering why you just glossed over that. I tried to remember. Big deal.
oh yeah, so like
we
put the chest in front of her, and she teleported us out, and then all of a sudden there was an explosion, and then a demon's head just came rocketing out.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah. I don't know what.
That paladin wasn't happy about it either. He was just like, again, she's always doing this. It's clearly a regular enough occurrence that this poor paladin is, getting a lot of gray hair out of it.
I think, and then of course we were warned not to. If you see any suspicious chests with blood coming out of them, don't pick them up again.
Just let the guys drown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essence remains my favorite NPC so far.
And so now I think everyone is at the docks, or did a couple of you guys go back in?
Well, I'm going to be going back in because in my haste to not die, I did not bring the stone cloak or the vases to get them checked out.
Also, I was looking at bringing myself back up to speed as to what day it was.
Oh.
Today is the last day of the month of Micaeus. It's the third Frathus. Essentially, there's each of the days is named after one of the gods, the major gods. And so each month is dedicated to a different god. And they have their own day like 3 times during that month. So essentially the days rotate out. So it'd be like, today would be 3rd Frathus of Micaeus. So it'd be the last day of this month. Which is important because it's the god of war.
Oh.
And today's special day is dedicated to the minor deity Aphil, the goddess of competition. So there's a bunch of, generally, like all you guys would know, that there's a lot of different competitions and stuff generally going on these days. Usually like fighting competitions mostly, but
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah. So
time to place bets.
Yes. Where did my... Okay, so what did you guys want to do?
I want to explore the costume shops.
Okay. So you'd know... Where did my... You would know that going in all the like tailoring / costume shops would be near the primary marketplace.
Is that the red line thing that's shown there, or what is that?
You haven't been to the marketplace. That was the line you took to get the essence shop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's really not hard to find.
Okay.
I'm pulling up my descriptions here. if you fall like up here is the
Oh, okay.
marketplace.
Cool.
Yep. So you're gonna go in and look for costume clothing shop. What is Three's gonna do?
Threes, at least at first, wants to go and take the stone cloak and the vases back to Etha. Or wait,
Essence?
yeah, Essence. Ether. Just get those checked out. She was also wanting to go and I guess pry a little tiny bit more to just understand like what she was exactly questioning her on. So that's the first one, and then after that, depending on how people are willing to help her out figuring out where the hell she's going in this place. Probably go and stop by the Temple of the Forge. That's
Okay.
That's here.
All right, and Venito, what do you want to do in the town?
Honestly, I can't think of anything. Just get the basics and just wander around.
Okay. Will you
I
be
can't really
wandering
think of
around
anything.
like by yourself or with one of the other guys?
Oh, I'll probably head with one of them. So curious about that stone cloak you got.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I might have to tag along with Threes.
It would be very nice to have a third hand to help me with these.
Okay.
Carrying the
Yep,
stuff.
I'm willing to help out.
Please help me. I don't have 3 hands.
Okay. And then what about Plume? What is?
Plume can't actually go in the city, can she? Because she's gonna get heckled, like, to shit. And
But you're a sneaky deaky cat. Come on.
and how pissed off do you think that paladin's gonna be if I get caught sneaky deaking around in the city and get carried out
Not
by
really a
literal?
talent.
Does a rogue play it safe?
But the rogue doesn't want to go to prison,
could also
kinda.
suggest, given that there's lots of fishing places in there and whatnot, she can maybe go and try and get some information or even like kind of fishing supplies that we could get like
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
I
I
mean,
am
kind of more
curious,
food
like,
on the boat.
Yeah, there is a
Hopefully.
lot of stuff outside the city too. I mean, it's practically a
Yeah.
small city, or not city, but it's practically a small town in and
the
of itself down
burbs.
around
It's
here.
the
Yeah.
burbs. I mean, yeah, she'll probably just wander outside there because, as curious as she is about everything inside the city, like, she's had one problem already with this whole curse thing. She doesn't want to put prison on top of that when they still have the whole, like, we should go say hi to the Medusa Queen pirate lady. Like, one problem at a time. Let's not try and, let's avoid
I do ask
posting bail.
before. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say before we head out, just ask her if there's anything that she wanted while we were in there.
Bloom just kind of scratches her chin thoughtfully, and she thinks about it, and she's like, if you find me a neat looking tricorn, I'll pay you back for
What?
a tricorn. It's a hat. It's like a triangle shaped hat with three edges on it. It's popular among the pirates, and I always thought they were neat. It's gotta have ear holes, because
Okay. You see Three is just kind of like with her hands, just kind of like a triangle.
Bloom makes a little shape and like puts it on top of
Yeah,
like,
and try to like
of her.
kind of space out like how much, like how big the hat would be, kind of thing.
Bloom is just like, if you find someone who makes hats, ask them for a tricorn that'll fit a tabaxi. I'm average, trust me. Nobody make any remarks about that. Yes, I'm average. Yes, I said it. I mean what I say. And then, I'll should we have a time where we meet back up at the boat? So we can head off at a goodly time.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds
Cool.
That sounds good.
Cool. Well, we totally just decide that then.
I've never been here before. This is a very big place.
anyone gonna need me to grab anything while I hang outside the city walls like the harshly judged criminal I apparently am? The highest classist city. Would anyone like me to overthrow the bourgeoisie while we're here? No?
No.
Bourgeoisie.
If you want to, I won't stop you.
Vanita's like, yeah, casual revolt never hurt anybody. What is this, France?
All right, so
So Plume's just gonna wander around the burbs here and look for interesting things, maybe food to stock up on or whatever is useful or cool.
okay, so we'll probably start with Priya because I think there's marginally less going on there.
Okay.
Because there's going to be a lot of stuff with all the things that Threes is bringing to Essence shop, and she talks a lot. So we'll start with Priya, then do Threes and Vanita, and then Plume.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty. You go right in through the gates, and people are, generally pretty friendly and stuff. They point you in the direction of the market.
Okay.
You get to the market, and it's a really large area. It's actually called its full name is the Fountain of Five Tigers. That gigantic,
fancy.
That gigantic building right there is actually like inside of what?
We lost Threes in the Discord.
What did we?
Yeah, I think they, I don't know. I just heard a poo and yeah, they're not.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Something.
I don't know. He's also disconnected on the other channels I don't know him with.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Well,
Canada.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah. It's a good thing. All right. We've got a little ways to go before I get to him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, it's the Fountain of the Five Tigers. It's the central hub of day-to-day life in the city.
Okay.
It's dedicated to the Temple of the Forge because it's forge and commerce. Most of the trade within town is conducted in the fountain building itself and the markets surrounding it.
Ooh.
So think like a large, almost like indoor. It'd almost be like an indoor mall.
So like Mall of America or
that other really cool mall.
Yeah.
or maybe Legends or
probably closer to Legends. It's not huge, but it's still pretty big, and it's made of like the same materials as the walls, like it's white stonework. Definitely showing off like the ancient like elven make of this thing. Like this whole town is built on pretty much built on the ruins of an old elven city or town that had been here before. And so like this is one of the most well kept of the ruins, and it looks in really good shape.
Okay.
Yeah, to the immediate east is the Forge District, hub of all construction and industrial creation in the town. That's where Threes is going to want to go. Most of the buildings and market stalls, they prominently display a bell inside a metal circle, hanging from a purple cloth, the symbol of commerce and forge. The noise of the markets and the clash of hammers and saws almost drowns out the roar of the fountain itself during the day. Because like right at the center of this building is this gigantic fountain that has 5 tigers around it.
Okay.
It's really crowded.
Of course.
It's like prime trading and buying and selling time.
Of course, it's lunch hour, so yeah.
There is everything you would want. Some quick asking around. gets you pointed in the direction of a well-known tailor
Okay.
by the name of Asiaro, an elfin woman.
Ooh. You know it's good if it's made by an elf.
Yeah.
All right.
And, it takes you just a very short amount of time. It's actually a shop inside the building itself.
Okay.
As you go in, you don't even need to make a perception check about this, but you can tell that the high-end sellers get the shops inside the building, and the low-end, cheaper stuff is going to be outside.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep. And so you enter this little shop, and you can see there's this very slight, middle-aged for an elf, so probably like 250, 300 years old woman. All
Wait,
the
did you say male or female?
female.
Okay.
Yep. And she's wearing a very elegant dress. And there's a ton of like tailoring materials. It looks like she sells standard stuff. She makes stuff, and does it all from mostly cotton. And she pretty much does it all, like all the way going from cotton to turning it into fabric, yarn. Yeah. However it is that cotton's made. Does that and then sells it. So it's a very premium place.
Okay.
She greets you as you come in.
Okay.
It's like, greetings, I am Isaria.
Not a flamboyant elf noise.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with her.
She just kind of looks at you and she's like, "Sup?"
Yeah.
Hey.
She's very business.
I got you, boo.
Yeah, she's very businesslike.
Okay.
Aww.
Straight to the point. She is very high class, I would probably say. She's used to making very fine materials for very fine people.
Okay.
How can I help you today?
So she got you, boo.
Yeah.
Do you have any anything like a hoop skirt?
Oh, of course. What are you interested in? She points you at a couple of examples towards the back, and then she also has mentions that she can make some to fit any specific designs you might have.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Because I think I have like in my gear, I have clothes and a costume, but it doesn't really specify exactly what that costume is. Like, is it safe to say it's a costume that can easily fit in inventory?
Yeah.
But I want to put together something new.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask her, like, what's, like, do you have a hoop skirt that's meant for, like, bridal gowns?
She's like, yes. I actually am very, very good at that. People come to me all the time for, weddings and elegant occasions. Being as this is the capital of the kingdom, we do get lots of balls and stuff going on here. So I do make this quite a bit.
Okay.
As the ladies of the court are constantly wanting new outfits.
Okay. Excellent. So, first question is, how much would it cost, and are they collapsible? And this is actually because I know in reality they like the one I have collapses. It's like there's some trick with it, like folding up. It's like folding up one of those car screens for the window. It's because there's a metal wire in it. And there's a specific way you have to fold it in order to make it compact. It's weird. Let's see.
She's like, I can make one that's capable of such things. She says she's got a few different options in terms of pricing. Being there's the fine, and then there's the common. She clearly kind of looks down at the common, at one, a common level. So the common level would be 3 GP to make a hoop skirt. The fine one would be 15.
I have 33 gold on me. I got muns, man. Okay.
So in other words, trying to be fabulous.
Yeah.
And she's like, for 15 gold, she can make literally anything you'd want. In terms of a hoop skirt.
Okay, so one hoop skirt 15. Okay. What about ball gown to go on top of it?
She says that again, the cheap option, the cheapest option would be 1 gold, and then the fine option would be 6 gold.
So it's kind of odd that the ball gown is cheap.
I don't have any idea really what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It could be the other way around. It could be like 3 to 6 for the hoop skirt, and then
probably. Because seeing as how I've made both in real life, as I had to use PEX piping to make a hoop skirt for Sakura. Let's see. Well, whatever. I'll accept the full price for the fine. I got plenty of money to spare, really. So.
All right. So it'd be like 21 gold total.
Yep. There's 33 minus 21. That is 12 left. Okay. And all right. So I fetch out my satchel and I fork over 21 gold.
All right. And then, were you gonna just pick something like what she had available, or did you want her to make it?
Okay, well, what does she have available? I have to see that first, though.
You can see she's got a few. I'm gonna say she's probably got like a hoop skirt, whatever, like of the type that you'd want. And then in terms of gowns, she'd have at least 4 different colors and styles to choose from.
4 different colors and styles. Okay.
Yeah, you'd have a really elegant, like a super elegant, like cotton made one, and then like a more base, like silk one, and then they'd be in like probably blue, green, black, and red.
I want the blue one.
Okay.
The blue one. And the blue silk one.
Alright.
Blue's my favorite color, so
Yeah.
it has to be blue automatically. Okay.
So,
And I'll assume like it's blue shimmering, and then there's like some kind of embroidery on there too.
yeah, you can pretty much fill it out however you want, because
It
as far
has
as my
puffy
description,
sleeves.
as far as my description goes, it's just like color and type.
I know what it looks like already. So, but yes, okay.
And then I'll just let you put that. I think you can make that and put that in your inventory.
Okay.
If
And I
not,
think
you can just give me the full description later, and I can add it in. But I'm pretty sure you can just put it in there.
I'll just put down like ball gown costume or something like that. Yeah.
All right, and then
I think where was Three's gonna go to? The
Threes was gonna go to Essence with Vanita to identify the vases and the stone cloak.
Actually, I might like depending upon where they are in the conversation with her, I might actually tag along because when I searched my thing, I still have yet to identify this aquatic creature that's in a jar.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we still have that weird ass thing.
So I'm going to. Okay, so you go on ahead and start up their thing, and I will catch up with them.
Okay. We'll probably jump to Plume just to give a little bit of time for Threes to get back online.
He died.
Like,
have we heard anything from him yet?
no.
They must have like had a hard crash of the internet or something because they're not in Roll20 either.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So okay. So what are you gonna do, Plume?
Yawn.
Wander the
I'm
dark.
I'm an adult who goes to bed at reasonable hours like midnight. Yeah, yeah, probably wander around, trying to think of what might be interesting to do at the docks.
To that end, as you're wandering around, you find the port of Aspen Reach is one of two deep-water ports on the Marcinian Sea. The port of Aspen Reach is in a constant state of barely controlled chaos as ships of all sizes and shapes enter the port at all times of day and night. Sailors, stockworkers, fishermen, and travelers hurry along crowded walkways as large stone golems move heavy crates and barrels from ship to warehouse and back again. The sea of people making way before them. Overseeing the whole operation is the Temple of Storms. Shaped like a lighthouse, this temple holds the main office of the dockmaster and port guard. A handful of priests based from this temple wander the docks, performing the rituals of the sea, blessing the voyages of of ships that are leaving. There's also all the typical like inns and taverns around, basic shops, fisherman markets, that kind of thing down here. As you're walking along, make a perception check.
No. Okay. No.
Not terribly perceptive. All right.
No. It's been a rough day for Plume. Okay, a curse.
We just can't focus.
Also,
yep. Curse can't go in to the town. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, you know, if it's below your passive, then it's just your passive perception. But still, yeah. You're not terribly observant. As you're wandering along. So what are you interested in out here?
I should have thought about this during the week, huh? Guess who didn't? I mean, my first instinct is, did we ever decide if I could be related to that other favorite NPC of mine from the other campaign?
No, I don't think you are.
I'm not related to Two Fish. No, I wanted to be related to Two Fish, the Tabaxian keeper.
Okay.
But
yeah, I really should have thought about this. I guess she'd probably be marginally interested in the what is it, the Tempest building, because most big ports would have something like that, but I suspect she doesn't go into big ports very often for very obvious reasons, so she's probably not seen anything quite like that, or at least probably quite as extravagant as it,
yeah,
compared to other things. Like, she's probably seen little shrines here and there.
yeah. I mean, like there's shrines like all over these docks that are just like there for sailors coming and going.
Yeah. I imagine she's probably only seen like smaller versions of that kind of a temple, being a pirate, not going typically into civilized society, so they're probably more ramshackle. So she's probably gonna just like wander around and check that out a bit.
Yeah, she wanders over there, and it looks like a fat, stumpy lighthouse. It's kind of like it's half made of the old like white elven stone, and then like half out of like whatever brown gray stone that the humans who came in later kind of finished off with. Just like a half and half squat, kind of ugly little building, but it functions pretty much as a lighthouse, and all the dockmaster, port authority stuff is taken care of there. You see like port guards just kind of chilling outside of it. Their whole job is, make sure there's no undue chaos that would happen if say like two warring nations happen to have ships that docked here, that they wouldn't start fighting on the port.
Gotcha.
So
Tim just had a thought just now, because I just had a thought just now. I know we talked briefly to some guy about the barrels of shoes. Did someone actually take those in and like collect the payment? Because if not, Plume will have somebody do that, and she'll get as close to the gates as she can. Be like, I'll just wait here, unless someone else has taken care of that, because Plume wants to make sure we get paid.
Oh yeah.
She just like gets to the steps of that lighthouse and is like, "Oh yeah," and just kind of turns around and walks back.
Yeah. All right. So make an insight check. You're gonna try to find someone you deem trustworthy. Yeah, but they're on the inside of the city. You're gonna have to find someone to go in there for you.
I'm not good at identifying trustworthy people. I'm a pirate.
Yeah. You spot a like tall human man. He's at what looks to be like almost like a fishing shop.
Fishing what?
Like a fishing shop.
Oh.
Yeah, where you'd buy, like nets, fishing tackle.
Why wouldn't I just ask a guard?
Why wouldn't you ask a guard?
You tell me. You're the DM.
You didn't say you were gonna ask a guard. So.
Well, I didn't think about it until just now. Okay, I'm fully in character. I'm immersed.
I mean,
my immersion.
I mean, it could be that the warning from the paladins about how the guards consider
Yeah, that's what I thought.
pirates would be
They
still on your
deliberately
mind.
Screw me over. Even the port guards would heckle me. Are they all just the same?
No, like the port guards might be. It'd be like, two different different police divisions. They'd still technically just following the same government, but they've got two different operations going on.
Okay, so back to the shopkeep guy as ADD Cat returns her focus here.
Yeah, he's kind of tall, dark hair, like short crop, dark hair, kind of weathered face, wearing leather, wearing kind of like almost a leatherish, almost leather armor outfit. He sticks out just a little bit, enough for you to notice. And then so you wander up to him.
I need to get my. I'm over here like thinking of things, and I'm just like, no, this is not a shitpost session. This is D&D. I gotta rein it in.
He's like, greetings, cat. How can I help you?
What are you buying?
What are you selling? Kajitas wares if you have coin.
Also got that joke.
I'd hope. Plume is just like, I don't really know yet. Was that the right answer to that question?
It's like,
I don't come around to ports like this terribly often. I bet you can't guess why.
Let's kind of see. It's like, he starts talking about the weather. And,
Plume's really perplexed by that.
You notice, and you actually catch on really quick, he's talking in thieves' cant.
Ah.
And he's essentially asking you need to get inside the city.
Oh, he's asking, like he's asking me, not just like trying to solicit me for a job. He knows what.
Like he asks you in thieves' cant. So essentially, the way that thieves' cant works is it sounds like you're carrying on a regular conversation, but there's this whole other conversation that's happening.
I know that because I have that.
Yeah. And so he's like, you need to get inside the city. I can get you inside the city.
Huh. Go on. Whatever that is in thieves' cant.
Yeah. He's like, I can get you inside the city and past and out of the attention of the various guards. I just need you to do a rather simple, innocuous task for me. Would you be interested in such a thing?
Plume is like clearly of two minds right now because on one she's like, Forbidden City, Forbidden City, Forbidden City. She's like so amped up to want to go inside, but on the other, she kind of leans toward the other end, plays it cool, and she's like, when people say this is a tiny innocuous thing, I usually get the impression it's the exact opposite. But she doesn't seem like totally disinterested. She's kind of like playing coy about it.
I can see that you're well traveled. This is indeed as innocuous a task. This just requires a little bit of discretion on your part. I would need you to place a certain piece of paper upon a door without being seen. And that's all you'd have to do. And then
I thought Priya was about to laugh because I had a ticket too, and he was like, "There's discretion," and I was like, "He picked the wrong fucking cat."
No.
And this piece of paper says, is? Like, can I get a sneak at it? Like a look-see?
It's like he pulls out like this piece of paper and it's just got like this magical rune on it. It's like,
At this point, I really wish I were hooked up to a webcam because I'm trying to think in character. Like, TJ gets to see all the facial expressions as they happen as Plume is just processing. This is the RP life. She's kind of like, could I roll maybe like an Arcana check to see if I could, or I don't know if that would be Arcana, something to see if I recognize the rune, if I've seen it somewhere.
yeah, you can certainly try.
Would it be Arcana
Yeah, it'd
or
be
like
Arcana.
perception? Okay. Okay.
It's, you know that it's magical and that you know it's a fairly like benign thing. At least, the rune is in and of itself a fairly benign thing. You don't really remember seeing it before. You've seen like kind of similar things more in your like roguish days. Like
pre-pirate days.
Yeah, this is essentially, it'd be like it's marking a spot.
I feel like I'm marking a hit is what I'm gonna be doing. Someone's gonna get killed in the city if I take this job, and then it's gonna be like, oh no, there was an assassination. Someone snuck a sign on a door, and Plume's gonna be like, shit, 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 shit. That's where I think this is going. Just trying to get my rogue in trouble. She just kind of leans forward and she looks at it and studies it, and she's like, man, who are you trying to kill? Again, just like playing coy, like, I'm so cool. Going back to the rogue days. Like kind of just like a mix between like trying to get more info, but also just kind of casually shooting the shit because there is not much she's terribly interested in outside the city. But she doesn't want to like immediately accept a job from, Mr. 11 Insight over here. She's smart enough to know that she's not smart.
So what makes you think it'd be in that line of business? It is just a simple thing. If you don't want to do it, that is perfectly fine.
What makes me think that? And Plume just kind of leans in and lowers her voice to like a whisper, but she has like a kind of like a conspiratorial grin. She's like, because people don't speak in thieves' cant when they want something common done.
It's like, there are certain things that require certain people. And sometimes, there are just not enough people to go around.
Plume thinks that is a load of bullshit in this port town. I'm just saying.
If you do this well, and if you find that it suits you, there may be even more to be had, and a large reward, potentially. But that is another conversation, should you prove trustworthy in this.
Right, and you said your name was what again? Plume was like, I should work on that.
His name was Kanla.
I don't think he ever actually said that.
Yeah, you never really said the name.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he just kind of called her over and she's like, yeah, sure, I'll talk to this guy.
Yeah, I would say like at some point he gave his name as Kanla.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, like, sure, this is fine. I won't question it. Yeah. And that name probably means nothing to Plume. If this guy were famous, he would not be in a port town. He would be in a hideout somewhere. Infamous, I should.
You have a sneaking suspicion as a rogue that this guy is likely like a fence or like a go-between for some official, organization, criminal organization.
He's just a middleman for the mob.
Yeah. he's not someone who would probably be higher up, but he has enough trust from guilds that from whatever this organization might be to get things done however he sees fit.
Man, I'm torn because on the one hand, Plume does want to go in the city. She doesn't really care about how she goes in. Her only concern is this is just shifty enough to be like, could someone innocent potentially get hurt from this? And that's like the one time she would care.
Really? Would she though? She's a pirate.
She's a decent pirate. She's a pirate with principles. You don't kill people over garlic, TJ. Okay, some do, but vampires. But yeah, I mean, what else would she do aside from probably, I don't know, buy rations or
she'd
stuff
probably
like that down here?
bet
Probably
on
not
any
much.
number. Like there's a couple like throughout the city. There's various like competitive tournaments, fighting arenas, and stuff going on. She could.
Outside the city?
I mean, it's all over the place. There's probably like 3 of them going on at any given time around the town.
That she would be interested in. A good brawl. Why not? Sneak into the city. Brawl. Sneak into the city.
Just do it already.
It's a tough decision. I gotta think about
Just
what's in
do
character.
it already.
Vanita, you're talking to like a career role player. These are tough decisions that matter.
Is it the whole?
You
are a rogue pirate.
True. Yeah.
Also,
There's
also career role player.
Man, I've been RPing on WoW for like 10 years.
I know that.
I don't get paid, but it might
that's
as well
what I was asking.
Might as well be a job.
Okay.
Bloom, she's kind of. I'm guessing there's probably a fight close enough that she can like look over and be like, tempting. She picks up the paper again and was it Callan? What's the guy's name? Close enough.
Conla.
She's like, okay, so I go and do this. I put this on the door of wherever, and I get how much money?
You get inside the city. If you want to do anything for money, well, that would be after this minor task to show your trustworthiness. You don't get in good with a criminal organization. They don't give you the good jobs right off the bat.
Yeah, you got to start out disposing of bodies and shit like
that. You got to start out by proving you're trustworthy before they offer you anything for money or anything overtly criminal.
But what would the party think if they saw me tearing out of the city? I just imagine, like, the one time my rolls are bad, Plume has to, like, tear out of the city and just right by everyone else. And they're like, she's not supposed to be here. Nope. What did she do? Let's not. I'm gonna go brawl. I don't know if Plume wants to get in good with the Mafia. She doesn't know the Mafia.
Alright, so you just kind of turn them down and leave.
She's kind of like, put a pin in it. I'll be back later. Don't know if she's actually gonna be back later.
It's like, very well. And then he puts the paper away and goes back to his, fishing. Yes. His fish sales. And just kind of ignores you, and then as you leave.
Yeah, Plume finds the nearest brawl going on.
Yep, and it's quite the brawl, being as it's outside the city. This is probably the most disorganized one that's found throughout the city, because it's essentially just a bunch of sailors and dock workers all gathered around a large pit
But that means there's no rules.
There are rules.
There's one rule.
Because it is.
Don't go there, please.
It's too late.
It is being overseen by priests of chaos.
The irony.
You can see there. You can see at least one is acting as the ref, essentially. Him and his he looks, instead of the normal like long flowing robes, this guy looks a little bit more like combative, like armored up a little bit. Obviously, this isn't his first time dealing with something like this. He's mostly like, got leather and a little bit of a breastplate on. You can see the like cobra and dice with the dice for eyes on it symbol that is on his shoulders. As he's doing the refereeing between these, looks like a sailor and a dock worker down below. And then up above him, you get the more traditionally garbed priest acting the bookie and taking bets. It appears that there are 8 people registered for this particular tournament, and there's probably like 50 or 60 people like crowded around this area. Do you just want to watch, or do you want to?
Bloom would be looking for the person who looks like they're in charge of like taking the sign-ups. Probably not the ref, because he's
that
busy,
would be
being a ref.
Like you want to. So you want to get.
I want to be number 9.
Say what?
I want to fight. I want to be number 9.
Okay.
I want to throw down. It's a lot safer if I get my ass kicked this way. I only get my ass kicked by a couple sailors and some dock workers. Better than a guard.
You ask around a little bit, and you're like, "Hey, how do I sign up, get in on this?" And he actually points you to the bookie, who's in charge. And
yeah, I go up to, because you said there were a couple of them. So
one of them is the ref, and then the other one is the bookie. So it's like.
Oh, I thought you said there were a couple of them as bookies. Okay, yeah, she goes up to the. The priest.
It's a stout little dwarf male by the name of Sarvanaz.
Of what?
His name is Sarvanaz.
Sarvanaz. Okay. It stuttered for a second, so I was like, Sarvan?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Cool.
It's like, what can I help you with? You here to throw down some money or throw down some fists?
Throw fists.
All right. And he looks, he's like, that'd be number 9. Okay. And he asks for your name. If you want to bet on yourself.
How much money do I have again?
And then he asks, are you familiar with standard fight rules?
Do I want to bet on myself? Nah, I'm just bored. And would I know standard fight rules? Pirate,
yes,
rogue, probably.
Pretty much. It's super common, so you'd probably know about it. It's essentially fists only. Mm-hmm. Don't kill the other guy.
Yeah.
And no magical buffs or help, essentially.
But everything else is fair game. I can fight as dirty as I want. I can throw dirt.
Just no killing the other guy.
Probably no maiming either. But...
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Because he's like, everyone's got to get back to work after this anyway.
That's true.
So it's like, you can't.
Nothing terrible.
You can knock him out, but don't make him need serious medical attention. Essentially.
Please. This has happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's down with that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll get you You'll be signed up and like you're waiting for your turn. We'll jump to someone else for a little bit.
Somewhere in the city, the entire
Somewhere-
party just has a feeling of, oh no, she's doing dumb shit, isn't she?
Yep.
Not the dumbest. Not the dumbest. She could be sneaking around doing mafia work and not tell the party.
It's true.
All I'm doing is some healthy ass kicking. It's stress relief.
Yep. So Vanita, did you want to do anything?
You
Being
might as well. Since,
Threes is not around really.
I mean, I was just gonna basically wander around. I wasn't really interested in purchasing anything.
Yeah.
Just get the basics, and I was satisfied.
Okay.
Fight.
No.
Yeah, I mean there are a bunch of competitions and stuff around. There is like you might be interested in like an archery competition. There's also like Fletcher shops. And of course, there's at least there's 2 other fights, arena fights going on. If you're interested in betting on anything. And of course, there's always bars to drink at.
Nah. Not really much of a drinker.
We'll make you into a proper pirate eventually.
No.
There's a couple like different interesting locations around the town that may interest like at least the elf part of you. The Palace of Torlake was a formerly elf palace. And of course there's always a Fountain of Five Tigers. The Temple of Eustace is actually like the morgue cemetery part of town. A bunch of old mausoleums, graves, monuments to the dead are here. But they're well maintained by black armored priests. It's a solemn, quiet location, well maintained paths allow visitors gentle walks of peaceful reflection. So probably like the most peaceful part of town for a ranger such as yourself.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I'll be interested in that.
Yeah.
Somewhere quiet. Away from the bird and the cat.
Yeah.
The bird and the cat are out in the... Once you go in the city, you don't need
it's like
to
this.
work.
It's this pretty much this whole section.
I need quiet.
Yeah, it's pretty much that whole section up there.
Okay.
And then you can, like, as you're wandering around, you can see like these various priests. Pretty much their whole job, aside from being the morgue and funerary people, is they maintain the grounds. You can see some like casting rituals and stuff around, just to ensure none of the dead come back to life. It's posted
for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Keep them down.
But yeah, it's a very nice, quiet, peaceful place.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna bother you around up here.
Cool. I'll probably just chill there and meditate.
Yeah. All right. And then Priya.
Yes.
Is there anything you wanted to do?
Well,
after you're done shopping for.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
there is, like again in the spirit of competition, there is you could probably find some other bards around.
Is there a battle of the bands? Is there?
I would say yes. There's at least one.
Do it.
I will do it. I will do it.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
You hear an unusual amount of music coming from like this direction.
Go
And so-
shred, Priya. Shred like your life depends on it.
I will. I will. I will shred either this flute or this dulcimer.
Let's see.
Where would that competition take place? Is it? I guess it's out in the open square or something.
Yeah, it's there's kind of like a. I'll just say like that. Like this is actually like a small amphitheater,
Dope.
Cool.
and so like you've got a bunch of like there's a sizable crowd that is assembled there, and you can see some people playing a variety of instruments around. One of them, and like it looks like there's like some people playing off to the side, and then like there's one person like standing in the center of the amphitheater playing. This is definitely a competition going on, and it looks to be whoever gets the most out of the crowd is generally who's going to be accepted the winner.
I will
Solid
take
way
your.
to do
So
it.
pretty much
I will
anything
take your
goes.
word for it. Yeah.
There is the traditional priest of chaos standing off to the side, holding his little scroll, bookie scroll, and registering people who want to have a go at it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I will enter in. As let's see. Well, let's see. I only have a flute. Well, let's see. Well, as much as I love the flute section of the marching band,
Beatbox on the flute.
the beatbox on the flute.
Do it.
Oh, God.
But percussion is so much louder.
You could be that guy who has that video where he's literally beatboxing and playing the flute at the same time.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh man,
It's an old one.
it's legit though.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I love the sound of the dulcimer so much more, though.
The dulcimer is much more suited to proper shredding, I would agree.
Yeah, I will do the dulcimer then. I'll enter in with dulcimer. I'll have it. I'll have it inspected or whatever if it needs to be.
Pretty much he inspects it to make sure that there's no magic associated.
Of course, we can't have it like auto-tune and stuff.
Yeah, you can't have it. Rebooting power failure. Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, because essentially, like there's as bards, there are ways of magically influencing crowds through music, and so he's just making sure that your instrument is not magically enhanced.
Yes, we like to call that One Direction.
Yes.
So.
Oh, God.
Sorry about that. So just in case the power goes out again, there's windstorms going on right now.
Jeez.
So
What
Really,
happened?
dude?
Did you just get hit by a storm or something?
yeah, the power just went out. Like it wasn't just like us; it was like a good part of this town. So
Jeez.
it's back now, so it's all good.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in case it cuts out again.
Don't get blown away.
I won't. I good.
Do I get? Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, do I have time to get make a costume ready for this thing, or is it?
I mean, it's going on right now. Hey, he says, you've got probably like 4 or 5 other people in front of you.
Oh. Okay.
What are we doing, sorry?
Battle of the Bands.
Priya has joined the Battle of the Bands.
Oh, battle band. Okay.
Yeah. And my mic fell down.
No.
Okay, so let's see. So I have 5 other people in front of me. Okay. Well, let's see. What do I have here? Okay. Let's see. Well, I have the disguise self, but I'm not going to disguise myself. I just want to use magic to put on costume stuff.
You can do that.
Okay.
You can use
just
disguise self to just give yourself a different set of clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually one thing that's really good with disguise self versus alter self. Can't change your clothes.
But it's like I also have lots of costumes on me, so that's also a thing. And I just bought one. So, I'll just use like the equivalent of like some kind of. I'll use like a mage hand cantrip to help me put on stuff. Like poof, like that. And then my very pretty blue ball gown, as well as the dulcimer. So,
all right. Let's see. How am I gonna do this here? You've got your. I guess it'd be your performance skill, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to think of what like the other people.
Sleight of hand.
How to make this an actual like competition.
Let's see.
Well, what you could like depend. Okay. So what are we doing?
It's a battle of the bands. The person who makes the most. Who makes the audience. Essentially, the audience decides who wins and who loses.
It's a cheering competition.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's see.
No magic allowed.
Okay, so let's see here.
Like 3 performance checks, and whoever gets like the highest or something, or
Yeah, that's true.
and
okay,
on like maybe if somebody's like, and I went and do some like extra thing or something.
Persuasion.
Might be like a extra DC or something like that you need to hit for it to succeed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll come up with it here. I'm typing out the names of these people.
See.
Rowdy Mick.
Here we go. Persuasion +6. Even the last time it says examples of persuading others include convincing a chamberlain to let your party see the king, or inspiring a crowd of townsfolk. So there you go.
Nice.
Okay, so we do a persuasion check and maybe a performance check, I guess.
Yeah, and then like add the 2 together to get your like score.
Sweet. So that's 2d20 plus 14.
Jesus.
Yeah, here I am having to come up with like performance and persuasion stats for all these random people.
Oh, okay.
So what does everybody, while he's going and doing that, would anybody else want to go and give their like the description of what I missed? Just kind of.
I bought.
Most of it got Plume.
Yeah, it was mostly Plume, and she was trying to negotiate some kind of. Well, she was intercepted by a person who could let her in, potentially, and then there was some shady deal involved about doing some kind of shit post or something, and then.
Essentially, some guy wanted me to help him do a mafia task, and Plume decided she'd rather go brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So Plume is gonna go brawl with the dock workers.
So that happened, and then I think I bought I bought a hoop skirt and a ball gown, the one that I'm wearing for this performance. So,
yeah.
and then Vanita is prowling around, and our bird friend is watching the Grammy Awards.
She's just cheering on the captain.
Yeah.
Go, Captain, kick their ass. Stab them in the kidney.
Rah, rah, rah.
Gouge out
Kick 'em in
their
the
eyeballs.
Rah, rah, rah. Kick him in the other.
Alright. And then...
Suplex.
The DM did say I could fight dirty, so.
Yep, just no magic.
Is fighting dirty considered like an acceptable thing? Like if no one's gonna be like, "Boo, you
You're a
fought dirty."
pirate. You're a pirate.
You're out there with a bunch of sailors and deckhands. They don't give a
So
shit.
it's great.
As long as you fight,
fair,
and as long as you follow the official rules and they make their money betting on you or against you or whatever, they're fine.
Yeah, shit. They'd probably be like, "Dang, that's a clever cat." Throwing dirt. Yeah, that's. And then Vanita's up in a graveyard, avoiding everybody else.
They just take one look at Threes and is like, "You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to be in here. It would hurt to punch you."
All right, so yeah, it'd be 2 rolls. I'm gonna say it'd be like. I'm seeing what this is gonna look like here.
Just like some little tiny gnome guy in the back with a guitar. He's got like a mohawk as big as he is.
Okay. So it'd essentially be like that. So let's see. So Rachel gets a 10.
She tried, bless her.
She gets that big cane with the little loop comes around and like across the stage.
Oh man, Mr. Bagpipes over there.
Fionta.
Fontaine.
That's a pretty hard act to beat.
Yep.
So okay, so it's okay. 2d20 plus 1. Okay.
Yep. And then I'm trying to like show their stats, kind of like what they're a little bit like, and then. You're gonna have.
Oof. Jesus.
She's gonna be a hard one to beat.
Are they okay? So these are the 2 that. Okay.
Yeah. So there were 4 before you.
Okay.
And then so.
Man, I'm trying to think about how you pronounce it. I think it's Yvonne.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
It's Gaelic, which means the letters mean nothing.
You just make up the sounds.
When in doubt, give it a V or a sh. That's all I know about Gaelic from the little bit I studied way back in the day.
Hoity toity toity hoity.
Yeah. All right. And then so it'd be 19. All right.
It's better than Miss
the first guy.
Panflute. Yeah, Miss Panflute.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so
now it is your turn up with the. So as soon as Sedna gets done with the loot performance, the crowd is just like, yeah, yay, smattering applause. The priest gets up and he's like, introducing newcomer Priyatama. Like, yeah, he would know your name. Priyatama playing the dulcimer.
Yeah, we'll be the crowd for it.
Yes.
All right.
So how do you do this?
How do I do this?
Yeah, what do you do up out there on stage?
Let's see. Well, I'm playing the hammered dulcimer, so I mean, like, but I can also, you do a little bit of I can also do, like, toss the sticks in the air, like as part of like maybe rebound tricks or something like that.
Lit.
Yeah, like stuff like do the usual things or like acrobatics that drummers do whenever they maybe they roll. I don't know. I roll their drumsticks between their fingers or something like that. That kind of thing.
And you said you're wearing your brand new outfit.
Yeah.
So
okay.
You're looking stylish.
Yes, I am.
You're up there doing it.
Yep.
Hey!
It was a close.
Yeah. That was really good.
There's like one guy in the back just like, oh, he just faints.
Fanning himself.
Some old man. Or whatever. Like, oh.
So,
what a lovely lady. She's so talented. What's her name again? You're in a dress.
I know.
So you do.
Before my eyes.
You do wind up taking second in the competition, and earning you 2 gold.
Okay.
Not bad.
I shake the hand of the first place winner.
Yeah.
So
Ivan with the drums, who is
Can't
also
beat a good drum solo, man.
Yeah, she's a female human, who is also a bard, professional player of the drums. She normally, do you chat with her a little bit, or do you just like shake your hand and leave?
Well, I guess I could ask her like where she's from, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Through idle chit chat, you find out that she's actually like the drummer, for the kingdom's military. Like, so she's basically an army. She's an army drummer.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's good.
So,
Pretty badass.
So yeah, she's been playing the drums since she was like 6 years old. Got in the first military combat of her life at about 14 as a drummer.
Oh, nice. And I tell her my background with like my group Time and Space. So and then I'm like, I'm taking a side adventure for right now. And we're just passing through this town. So anywho.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright. So now we can do threes.
Oh my lord.
Yay!
Ah!
And threes DCs again.
Don't joke about that.
But if I joke about it, then it won't happen.
Don't mention it.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Vanita, make our way back over to Ye Old Magic Shop.
Are you gonna?
No? Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll join them.
Okay.
Oh,
You finish up your walkabout.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm like I quickly leave the competition, I think.
Okay.
And because I won't.
Join us.
Yeah, and then I get myself ready in a more mobile wear and follow threes. So.
All right. So you'll probably like join Threes and Venita like as in the middle of their conversation.
Okay.
With Essence as you guys go in. The shop is the same weird little shop as you had left it pretty much. It always looks rather small and nondescript from the outside, and is located in this random and older part of town, well off the beaten path from the normal hustle and bustle of the marketplace. But inside it's a rather large, roomy, and shop with elegantly carved wood everywhere. The windows are looking perpetually out onto a snowy mountainside. There's magic items of every kind and rarity to be found. And you can just pretty much tell at a glance they're just illusions. So if you actually wanted to buy a magic item, she'd go somewhere else and get them. She doesn't just leave them sitting around.
I don't know, that would be easy.
Yeah. She sees you coming. He's like, hey, the warlock and a rogue. Or not rogue, ranger. I think you were just here not too long ago. What brings you back here?
Wait, a warlock?
No, ranger. Did I say warlock?
You said warlock.
Thank Claire.
I heard ranger.
I heard
that's okay.
I heard warlock and rogue.
Doesn't really matter.
And then you said no ranger.
Yes, cleric and rogue. God, freaking
I have one
stupid
of the
R's. Alright, whatever the classes are.
I'm just tripping up the DM on accident.
I have one of the vases under my arm, and the other one, I have the cloak with me, and Vanita's being helpful and helping just carry the other vase.
All right.
And give a little wave. It's like, yes. Well, because of the situation that we had prior, I didn't really think to go and bring these along when we were coming. I had mentioned about the stone cloak, so I thought I might as well bring it so that, well, you seemed curious about it, so I thought I might as well go and let you see.
Also,
tippy tap up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I forgot to mention, as you walk in, she's actually like laying down on a hammock.
Oh.
Except the hammock is like inverse of what it normally is. Like she's like sitting on it. Yeah. Oh. And it's like pulling her towards the ceiling instead of the ground.
Okay.
So I was like,
yeah. She's just gonna just kind of look at it for a second, just like.
And then she just like hops, like she like hops down.
Yeah, like she goes down to the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
It's a magic
still
hammock.
Pointing up.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
It's like inverse gravity.
Yeah.
She's like, what do we got here?
So I put up the stone cloak first. Kind of just set the vase aside so I'm not holding it anymore.
Interesting.
So, it's as far as I can tell, it's some sort of transformative. It has some transformative properties to it, but I don't quite know exactly all the ins and outs. Fortunately, I haven't acquired the pearl that Ether's said that I need for to properly identify it.
Yes. This is very interesting. I've not seen anything quite like this. I do know. I have my suspicions though about what it might be. However, it will be a little bit expensive to determine.
Okay.
This is essentially it'd be like a gold.
Oh. It's like I thought it was 5 silver before.
This is we have essentially what's going on here is magic upon magic.
Oh, okay.
I have to decipher this weave here.
Okay. Looking for where my gold is. Where is my gold? There it is. I can pay gold.
All right. She
where-
takes the coin, and like she did before, she like crushes it together, and then like wafts it out over this cloak. Say what? Did we lose him again?
Nope.
Oh.
I can still hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
I thought I heard something.
No.
Okay. Yeah, she wafts it out over this cloak, and like this magical dust like settles on it, and then like starts to coalesce into various like runes, like runic magical rune shapes. And just think, interesting. That's I didn't expect something to be quite like that. And she just kind of laughs. She's like, "Well, it's harmless. What we have here is a petrified cloak of billowing."
Huh.
And,
I didn't know that you could. But well, I guess cloaks would be made out of cloth, and technically you could petrify that.
I know, it's a very interesting thing. I've not seen anything quite like this. I mean, one assumes various things could happen with magic, and just did not expect. I just kind of assumed that if a magical item got petrified for whatever reason, it would just stop being magic. Apparently, this one did not, and it kept right on going, even though it was stone.
So the cloak was petrified and made into a vase. Is that it?
No, it's the stone cloak.
The stone cloak that Three's.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The
that's right.
Stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it's okay. Admittedly, I actually thought that was kind of what it was, but not necessarily petrified.
Yeah.
It's just very stubborn about its billowing capabilities.
Yeah, it just it got turned into stone and just kept right on going.
Okay.
He's like, I could cut it down to size for you if you want to wear it, or I could remove the petrification itself and it would sort itself out. Or I'd be willing to buy it from you.
How much would you be willing to purchase this for? This.
She looks at it like, this is such a unique little thing here. I would be willing to give you 20 gold for it.
And if you were to resize it so that it wasn't larger than I am, how much would that be?
That would be about 4 gold.
Okay. Well, now that I know what it is, like that's tricky. It's like, do I want this really cool thing that it doesn't do anything except look cool? Or do I just want to sell it?
Okay, you're okay.
You know what? I think I can pay up the money to have a cool looking stone cape.
She looks kind of disappointed. Okay.
Well, do I pick up on that?
You can. Yeah, it's. I mean, she's
Pretty
not exactly
okay,
trying to
yeah.
hide it.
Okay.
She was really hoping to buy it from you, but
Okay. Okay. Question: how much would a regular cloak of billowing be?
let me actually look that up. Because I can't remember if that's.
It would be a minor magical item kind of thing, like.
Yeah. It's actually it's actually a common item.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually thought it was like uncommon. Okay.
No,
So
I'd be shocked if it was uncommon.
Yeah, it would be actually fairly cheap.
Yeah.
Crap, where did I literally just had my page open that showed how much everything was worth. So it would probably go, like, you could probably buy a brand new Cloak of Billowing for about 30 gold.
What? It's like, but wait, you're buying it off of this one of a kind thing for only 20 gold, and I would buy a non-fancy one for 30 gold. Like, I understand how markups work, but that seems very strange to me. That seems to be very not accurate.
I know, but I had to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You seem very smart. She's used to dealing with, adventurers who just want to get rid of their expensive items, and she can usually get it for pretty damn cheap. It's really hard to actually determine the specific cost of an item.
Yeah, no, I understand that part, but it's like...
She's like, I expected you to be dumb.
He's like, it's all in, how much people think a thing is worth. How much do you think this is worth to you? How much is it worth to you, is what she asks.
Well, I was very intrigued by it, and frankly, I was more wanting to know the means of potentially making it myself at some point. Like, if what exactly went into producing it, but it's... I wouldn't say exactly that it's something that... Because, like, it's, as far as I know, it's basically just like a rock sheet kind of thing. Like, it's not like marble or anything like that. It's just like kind of gray stone.
It's just a flat gray stone.
That billows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if it was... Honestly, it's... So that's the thing. I don't really know exactly how much. that's the problem. I don't really know how much I really put it at. But like, I'd be okay to.
You could probably like make a roll for like.
Persuasion.
Yeah, you could either do like persuasion, or maybe like I would even say possibly like insight. Just using your... If it would be insight, I don't know what it would be for, like, as someone who has crafted stuff like Threes has.
Yeah.
You would you would just kind of
you'd
have a general feel for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah.
Or not.
I think. Yeah, that's a +6. Yep.
Yeah. So you it's worth more than 20. So I'll say, you think you could since the base one goes for 30, you think you could probably get 40 out of it.
You know what? Okay, actually, I got a good one. If she can, like, give me a nice looking cloak of billowing, and also do the identification for what the other two vases are, and I give her the stone cloak. Like, I feel like I'd be still losing out on money, but I feel like that would be a fair go. I think.
She actually she really perks up. She really likes that idea.
Yeah.
She's more of a conversation barter style person anyway. So she's just all over the definitely do that. She runs out kind of through the back door that she's got, and comes back a few minutes later with an actual cloak of billowing. It's like a red one, kind of a maroon color.
Ooh. That looks nice.
And it's doing its thing. It's constantly billowing out in the most dramatic of fashions, despite being held in her hand.
It's like the rug from Aladdin, just constantly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm good with that.
Yep. You swap out, and then she identifies the vase. Both of the vases, they are vases of eternity. So essentially, the way they work is any plant that is put into this vase will last indefinitely until it's taken out, and then it'll resume its decay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can put pineapples in it.
Yep.
Why pineapple?
Yeah, anything, how you cut flowers to place within a vase. Anything that can be cut like that and placed into a vase will never wilt as long as they remain in there. Removing it from the vase will cause it to begin wilting as it naturally would. So you don't have. So there's not any Dorian Gray stuff going on where it looks good and then it just immediately goes bad. It's just it just kind of stops and then it'll resume once it's taken out.
Okay. I assume she wants these two. Or does she already have things like this?
Even if she did already have something like this, she'd always be interested.
No, that's true. Okay.
They are more on the cheap end because it's just a simple little,
more of a common thing, yeah.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing, aside from the quality of the work, you get the distinct impression that the quality of the work on the vase being cut from this aquamarine mineral is probably worth more than the actual magic on it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, in that case, I'm probably gonna keep it then, because very easily it could be as much as she would like to collect it for the magic. I'm pretty sure some nobleman would probably be like, "This looks incredible. I would like it." Oh, also, it keeps my flowers alive.
Yeah.
So I could put in extremely exotic flowers from God knows where.
Yeah. You definitely have the feeling that there's some nobility out there that would pay hand and foot for this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep those. Okay. But thank you very much.
Yeah. She's like, oh, it's been a pleasure. Come back anytime. Especially if you find any more interesting magical items you may be interested in parting with. Especially rings. If you find an interesting ring, let me know. I'm always on lookout for a good ring.
Okay. All right.
I guess.
And then by this time, Priya's here. Yeah.
Okay. Turn around and see Priya.
Hello.
Priya.
Hello again.
Fancy seeing you here.
My, you change your outfits quite often.
Well,
actually, no. By this time, you've already changed out into something else. So you'd be in unless it's the same thing as you were last time.
Well, I mean, she could have scryed me and seen me during the performance, but I don't know.
She would not have.
Okay. Anyway,
she generally doesn't do anything outside of her building, her little shop.
Okay. Well, I'm in my normal clothes now. So, okay. So I come to her and I have well, actually, I have this one. I also I appear to have an animal figure too. I don't know. What was that?
Those are way back from the Medusa cave.
Oh.
Was there an explanation?
Was it magical? I don't think that animal figure was magical. I think it was just.
No, they were just ornate little things.
Ornate trinkets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, I only have one little item that I would like some help identifying, and that's this little thing, I guess. It's this preserved aquatic creature. That's all I can tell. And then I hand out this this jar.
Okay.
That we found at the the abandoned ship. We found it. So the same. It was on a wrecked ship that had washed ashore on top of the island where we found those ruins with the necromantic druid. So if that helps narrow it down.
She just laughs. I don't know where this came from, but I'm not. It's not a magical thing, and I'm not really sure what this is. It's very interesting.
Okay.
It does seem to have been very. Obviously, someone is very interested in preserving such a creature, and I've never quite seen the likes of said creature.
Is there anything familiar to? Is there any creature on this planet that's similar to this?
Like I'm possibly other sea. There may be other sea creatures.
Okay.
But I'm not terribly familiar with the sea, so I honestly couldn't tell you. It is very interesting, though. I find it quite fascinating to look at.
Is there a library nearby? Do you know, or is there, or actually, is there a book in here that I could look up?
There is not. This is like a totally magic shop, so any books in here would be like related to magic.
Okay. Well then, okay. All right. Well, I thought I'd stop by and ask you in case.
I mean, if you're interested in parting with it, it is a very interesting little thing.
Well, I'd like to find out what it is first before I actually part with it.
Fair enough. If you do find out what it is, be sure to let me know, because you have my interest. It's very interesting.
Okay.
Interesting little thing. I don't.
Okay.
It's not every day that I find something so new.
Okay. Well, anyway. All right. So I excuse myself, and then I go about searching for a library of some kind.
Okay.
Yep. Threes would actually probably be able to help you out with that.
Okay, cool. Yay.
Cool. I guess. Oh, sorry, you were going to say something?
Yep. So, are you guys done with Essence?
I was just gonna, right as we're leaving, I was gonna ask her, other than the last time that I visited this shop, have you ever kind of give a wave of kind of my face? Have you ever seen me here before?
That's an interesting question. I see a lot of. You mean I've seen many Warforged before. They could tend to come and go. I tend to have a hard time with faces if it's been a while. I see a lot of people.
No, that's understandable. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Walk off.
Venito, was there anything that you wanted out of Essence?
Nope, I was just there just to listen in on all the stuff.
Okay. All right, so
Okay.
you guys leave Essence, and so I think we'll cut back to Plume of Smoke.
Yeah, kick some butt.
Fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have to pull up
Suplex.
these dudes.
My claws would be considered weapons, presumably, because they're sharp.
Yeah.
I figured.
They're natural weapons. Although I'm pretty sure they deal the same amount of damage.
They do.
So. Oh wait, no.
They do 1d4.
Yeah, 1d4 versus right. You need to have the feet to be able to get it to 1d4. Normally.
All right.
Cat scratch fever.
Huh?
All right. So it's your turn to fight,
Yeah.
and you are fighting a dwarf named Bavar. He's
Okay.
a heavy set dock worker.
But he's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. He's very stout,
Very small.
very small.
It's like
Very
punching it. It's like punching a very dense rock. That's
Yeah.
I am dwarf. I go and punch rocks. Come at me, tiny kitty.
Yep, he's classic fighter, completely shirtless, got a gigantic beard that's like down to his knees.
Yes.
Classic like cloth leggings, and boots. He's got his hands kind of like wrapped up in a light linen.
I'm guessing there was a place Plume could have like left her weapons like with the bookie or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And essentially, the way it's gonna work is, how much HP do you have normally?
27.
Okay, so that's actually not too much.
Why?
I was just thinking, like, in order to make it faster, I'd like cut everyone's HP in half, so it just yeah. Or the first one to 10 HP to do 10 HP of damage. There we go.
That sounds pretty good.
So you both hop inside this ring. Everyone's hollering and yelling, and you'll need to roll initiative. Yeah, being the stout dwarf that he is, he's not exactly fast. So as soon as the bookie yells "fight," he jumps out of the way, and then you get to go first.
Cool. Does it seem like, I mean, is the crowd cheering for him over me, or is it kind of just like?
You can't really tell
ass.
yet. Like the crowd,
Okay.
the crowd doesn't really know.
He's not like a crowd favorite or anything.
No.
All right.
Kill each other.
All right. So let's see. I guess this would just be like totally unarmed strikes
Yep.
then.
Yep.
Just okay. Now I have to
you
think
can
about
do-
how Plume fights when she's not trying to kill something.
Probably
I'm in
the
a
same
headlock.
as when you do, just without claws.
You
Kick
mean
him in the
without
nuts.
knives? We save the dirty fighting for when we're losing. So she's gonna charge forward, and then she's gonna kind of like feint off to the side, and, like slink down, and go in and just like go like get her little paws in, like claws in, and just kind of knuckle jab at his kidneys with both with both what do you call them, hands.
Mm.
So then
You just roll your
just
standard.
1d20 for both fists.
Yep.
One roll. Yep.
Alright, so...
Make that kitten into some
Actually,
furniture
that
and
hits.
something.
Hey!
Because again,
Oh.
you guys aren't wearing armor, so there's no
That's true.
AC buff.
I guess you'll keep. Well, am I gonna have to keep track of that? Because my AC is normally 14. So I guess I would just go in into my equipment and unequip leather or light armor.
Mm.
And weapons
Well,
don't affect AC,
I think
right?
actually, I think everyone's base AC is 10 without
Yeah,
armor. Well, yeah.
Unless it's a special thing, it's 10 plus your dex plus whatever the hell your armor is.
Yeah.
But weapons don't contribute, so.
So yeah, you actually probably have a bonus from your dex.
Yeah, my AC just went down to 13 from 14 when I took off my leather armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also why 3s would be very, very OP in this fight.
Oh god.
Okay, cool. So now I've got that done and I can keep track better. Cool. Yep, so I just kind of sneak behind him and boonk.
Yep, you do actually hit him. Because he does his... He's just got base AC of 10, so...
I am dwarf. I do not need.
How much do you hit him for? You can roll your damage.
It just says 1 bludgeoning. Like, I don't even roll a die.
Yeah, it's like regular unarmed attacks, unless you have like Tavern Brawler or something like her claws or a lizard folk's bite. It's just 1 point of damage plus whatever their strength mod is.
Which is 0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can punch, kick, headbutt, or use a similar forceful blow and deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier, but I don't have
Tickle them with your tail.
Okay. So that actually...
Now if we were using my dex mod because I'm faint.
So this is actually going to be an equal fight then, because this guy has a high strength. So, you know, if he actually lands a hit...
Oh boy.
Then it's going to hurt more. He's power, I'm speed.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, we are matched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although... I don't think he gets a...
What's up?
Oh, I'm trying to see what his unarmed...
Yeah, like what's his strength modifier?
It's +2.
So then just roll a d20 +2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he actually... Yep. He takes a big... Like, he does this, like, tries to do a big haymaker, and then you just kind of, like, nimbly dodge out of the way.
Oh my god, look at that cat! Wow, my lord!
Get a load of that dog!
That beard's for nothing!
So I'll probably actually... Since you only do, like, 1 damage per... We'll probably just do it to, like, HP 5. Otherwise we'll be here, like, all night.
And then, question, because I'm looking at my feats too, just to see what all my options are that aren't necessarily dirty fighting, but could be. Would hitting with an unarmed attack still count as hitting with a weapon attack? Like, are my fists subtle weapon? Dang it, so I can't use trip attack? I can't use my martial adept feat?
No.
I can't knock the dwarf prone?
No!
No!
Well, you can still try and knock the dwarf prone.
But not with my feet.
Yeah, no, you'd have to substitute your attack for that, which wouldn't really make any sense, because he'd just stand right back up.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, I thought to ask anyway. Okay. So...
I mean... There are things you could do, like, if you were a monk.
Yeah.
I'm not a monk.
Or any sort of or like extra attacks. You'd be able to do more, but...
A straight fighter.
Wait. I could attack with my bonus action. Couldn't I? Because of,
Technically, no. Unfortunately, just how that works, it doesn't. You need 2 weapons for that, unfortunately.
Oh, I have to actually have weapons equipped to do that?
Yeah.
That's why I asked, because I didn't know. I was like, that would be cool, but...
Unarmed is a little unique.
Okay, well, I've never done unarmed, so... Okay. So he did the big haymaker, and I dodge nimbly under the way. I kind of go under the arm and bring my fist up straight at that bearded jaw. I miss.
He takes it square on the chin and just laughs.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's,
Crowd,
yep, the crowd's like, "Rah."
Yeah! A good opponent.
Alright. And he tries to, like, elbow you. And
I just kind of like lean back.
Alright.
kill each other.
Yep.
Yeah, when do my
The
friends
crowd's-
come in to cheer me on? Or no, they're all at the library. Carrick is
Oh no,
Carrick's there. Yep.
Carrick's here.
Alright.
Your friends are your friend is here, and that's what matters.
My one friend.
One friend.
Well, your pirate friend. Your pirate friend.
I mean, right now, you probably a good half the crowd is your friend, too, because they got money riding on you.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, so I lean back away.
My wife and kids on this.
Oh God.
I lean back away from his elbow, and I just kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of like leaning back the hips, and I just like bring up a foot and just boom, like a rabbit kick right at his face because it's at about my level.
Oh,
yeah, that gets
Yep.
that hits him.
That's just another one,
Yeah.
straight one. Those big old cat paws. I was careful to avoid the
like-
claws that I can't retract.
He like grunts and then like hits, tries it. He takes another swing. He's like, stand there and fight like a
Fight like a what? A man?
fight like a dwarf. Stand there. Ah! He's getting angry.
And Plume is just like delighted.
He's like, you know, he's expecting just a brawl, and this stupid cat is like dodging in and out, avoiding his hits.
Plume just kind of, she brings her fists up in a more like traditional fighter stance. She's like, fight like a dwarf? Okay. And she just throws like a straight shot right at his nose.
It's
for it.
Yeah.
He literally told me to.
Yep. All right, so he looks a little bit dazed, but he comes back. He comes back hard. He's like, yes, like this. And then, so with the strength of 2, so that'd be what, 3?
Yeah, that'd be 3 hits. Oh,
Or 3.
I messed up.
Are you sure we want to do to 5 now that he actually got a hit in?
Yeah, it's.
Dang.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he's strong, but you're
It's a good
fast.
fight, though.
So you're dead even right now. So
I know. It's dicey.
you're up.
So how did he hit me again?
Oh, he just like came, like you punched him
He
right
just-
in the nose, and he just came right back at you.
Alright. Going for the old hook. Alright. Okay, let's see. Going back to the brief time when I did Krav Bat. Remembering all my different punches. What's not gonna immobilize this guy to keep him from working later? Yeah, Plume just kind of, so she takes the hit, and then she's gonna kind of duck back down into a lower stance and aim like, not like a karate chop, but just like an open palm, but like the edge of it, like the knife edge of the palm, just like right at his, whatever, the liver's on the right side, so the left side, whatever's there.
Pancreas.
The spleen, the pancreas.
Going for the spleen.
Yeah, just gonna
Alright.
give him a good knife smack.
Oh,
Aye.
Yep.
one more hit.
Mm. Yeah, he definitely felt that one, and like he kind of instinctively like reaches for it, and then
Aww.
no.
he embraces the pain.
I wanted to win this fight. Can I do another fight? Like, this doesn't KO me.
No, it essentially knocks the wind out of you enough that like you go down and you don't get up in time.
Aww.
Like the ref comes on, he's like 1,
Ding, ding,
2,
ding.
3, ding ding.
But I want to win.
And the dwarf's like, yeah.
I'm
Raising
sad.
his,
Like,
You beat up a
down
cat.
little. He's
Ah,
like, that's
my
how it's
wife and
done.
kids.
And then like all the crowd's just like going crazy and yelling and cheering, and
I gave him
money is
entertainment,
exchanging.
and that's what the
Yes,
people really want.
that is what the people like. And then of course like he reaches heavy like muscular hand down to like help you up. He's like, that was a good fight.
I was like, yeah, you're going to be feeling all that tomorrow, and I'm not sorry, bud. And I, like, clap him on the shoulder.
It's the way it goes.
Literally, kidneys, pancreas, nose, all the soft parts they tell you to go for in a fight, I went for. And I'm proud of it.
It's like, if I had been any of the lesser races, like the humans or pansy elves, I'd have probably been knocked down by it's a dwarf.
Tell that to the elf in our party. I think she'd kick your ass, dude. She kicks my ass just by looking at me. I try to like get his name, like, you and me, bud, we're gonna get drinks if you're not dead by the end of this brawl, this whole tourney.
Yeah, his name is Bavar.
Yeah, I remember that because donuts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, Bavar, you and me, bud, we're grabbing a drink before my party sets out again, homie. You and me, bud. Look at the crowd. Are you not entertained?
Does he even know what the term homie means?
He does now.
Well, let's not worry about that.
Alright, well, we will... Let's see, I'm just gonna roll a d8 to find out whether he wins or not. If he gets a... Let me see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll just roll a flat. If he rolls a 1, he'll win the whole thing.
Oh,
He
so
almost
close.
did. He came in second.
Second place.
So,
Can I, like, go, like... Well, this is going to be a dumb question to ask now because you rolled before I was thinking about it. Could I have, like, gone and bet on him for, like, the fights that he did subsequent? Just because Plume's hanging around?
I mean, you could have.
That's too much thinking.
Yeah, overall, he came. You were probably, like, too far out of it recovering from the fight to actually remember to bet in time.
I'm just busy cheering on my new bud, Bavar. Yeah. Bavar's my bud now. I'm cheering for that dude. That scrappy little fat. Not fat, built.
No, he's stout.
He's very stout. He's
a
like
brick.
a barrel, but entirely muscle from working on the docks all day.
Again, like, it's like punching a rock.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Where were we? So as Plume is recovering, I think we could go back to the rest of the party and just kind of like finish up there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
This might actually be a pretty good time to wrap it up for
Yeah,
the evening.
It's very true. Like, it's right around that time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be extremely busy for me tomorrow because it is the due date for everyone to pay their premiums, and they're gonna act like I didn't know, and they've been Medicare for like 5 years.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Finish it up next week.
Okay.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Yeah, that was fun.